Hello everybody, what is going on? And welcome back to another episode of the My Player Career Mode. As always, I hope you're doing fantastic. We start the day with a home game against Arsenal, who are not really doing too well in the Premier League, but recently took points off of Manchester City, which is the reason we're now back top of the Prem by a single point. But they actually sit 9th heading into this game. And at the moment as well, as you can see there, Liverpool on 56 are not too far behind either, 2 points. So, yeah, it's still very much open. And we mentioned this before, the goal difference is not in our favour. So, we don't have to worry about that. But after Arsenal, we've got a game against Southampton in the FA Cup, round 32, which I'm not sure if I'm going to play or not. If I do, it'll probably be as post-com. Before Chelsea in the second leg of the semi-finals of the Carabao Cup after that disappointing 0-0 draw against them last time. And then we have Brighton and Bournemouth coming up after. So I don't know how many games we're going to be playing today. There'll probably be a couple of post-com games in there as well. But we have got Inter Milan coming up. And that should be at the start of the next video for you. So yeah, Europa League knockout rounds are on the horizon. I can't wait to get into that game against Inter. But we're going to jump straight off into our first game of today. Waste no time then. It is Arsenal at Old Trafford. And we are obviously selected. Munir starts up front. I'm expecting 3 points, but then again, I know they're doing badly, but they still could get a result against us. I just don't want it to happen. So, strong team. We'll see what the game brings. When you see the Arsenal 11, you kind of look at it and think, okay, now I understand how they are down in 9th place. They don't really have, like, a superstar in their starting 11. I mean, I guess Martinelli's probably not bad at this stage. He's one of the players we spoke about last time. But it's like they've got Matthew Ryan in goal. They've got Jamal Lascelles playing centre-back. They're not bad players by any means, but they're not kind of top quality, what you'd expect to see in terms of kind of a top 6 side. And I guess that's why Arsenal are not in the top 6. But they took points off of City, so we have to still respect them. Martinelli to Onyekuru. Good touch. Finds Willock and a big save by David De Gea offside. Flag's got up now. Well, I wasn't sure it was offside because it took a while, it seemed like, to go, oh, it's close, but he is offside, just Joe Willock. And in the end, David De Gea didn't know that, so he made the save. The pressure that we've been under here in this first half from Arsenal has been immense. We're struggling to get out, and it's not what I expected coming into the game here. Also, as well, Liverpool are playing against Sheffield United. It's just popped up with a goal update there. They were winning, but Baldock has just scored to equalise for Sheffield United, so that game is 1-1. So if United can get some, or Sheffield United could get some points off Liverpool, that would be immense. But dear me, we have not started well in this game at all. And Arsenal are feeding off that energy. Another goal in the Liverpool game. It's them going back in front. Commentator's curse. 2-1 for Fabinho with that goal. Here is Ricardo Pereira trying to find us. And that is the half-time whistle. First half here, gone the way of Arsenal. We need to just take our time in this half-time break to just kind of recollect ourselves and come back out second half and try to play better than we did in the first, because I think I had about 4 touches of the ball in that first 45. Yeah, I don't even think I really got on the ball much. It's not been a good start here. Martinelli, the space here for Onyekuru. He instead goes to Joe Willock, though. There's still space down this left-hand side. It's for Hakimi. Sends the right-footed cross in, and Skriniar should win that header and does. But for all the pressure that Arsenal put on in the first half, the scoreline remains 0-0. So it's all well and good putting the pressure on, but they haven't yet found a breakthrough, and all it takes for us is that one opportunity. As Dan James here down this left-hand side, he is pacey, and I'm not sure Maitland-Niles will catch him here. Dan James goes to feed the ball back inside towards us. Took the touch there to try and get into the penalty area, and Jamal Lascelles read it well and was able to win it straight back. Half an hour left here. We are yet to register a shot. Emre Can to Munir, back towards Can. I've made the run through. He goes instead to Ricardo Pereira. Can again, back for Pereira, delivers the ball in. Munir wins the header, and it's the first attempt on the goal for us, but it's actually gone wide, so it's not actually on target. And Matty Ryan seemed to have it covered anyways, but Munir got his header goalwards, and it's the first time we've even tested this Arsenal defence. Here is Munir. Now Ricardo Pereira combines passes well with Munir. Pereira here, right-hand side. Goes for the cross. Rabiot off the post. And Sarr is able to clear it away vitally for Arsenal. Munir again back in possession. We are now playing at left striker. Rabiot, lovely ball through. Martial's in. Why is he squaring that? Why is he passing it? Just hit the shot, mate. But now we're beginning to find some pressure. 5 minutes left of normal time. Brandon Williams' ball. We took a heavy touch. Will we still make something of this? Martial inside the penalty area. feeds the ball to Rabiot again. Side netting. 3 minutes left. I don't think there's going to be time for us to find the goal. They were the chances we should have taken. Oh, that's frustrating, man. The pressure that we just were able to put on there was good. You can see my match rating, 5.9. And I've not played terribly. I've just not really got the ball today. There's Martial here. We'll backheel it towards us. Maybe there is chance for one more. Greenwood, Emre Can, Rabiot to Can. Back to Rabiot. What are they doing? Rabiot feeds it. Have we got the shots? Well, we have. It's taken a deflection, and it will be a corner ball. And it will be the last action of the 90 minutes. We are into additional time. Is there one last tale to be told in this game? I mean, 0-0. Arsenal, of course, drew 0-0 with City in their last Premier League outing, or one of their last Premier League outings, so it's not a bad result. We had a feeling that they'd get something from the game. Ricardo Pereira's header back towards Kehrer, isn't read. Arsenal in possession. It is going to be a 0-0 draw then to start the day off. I mean, like I said, it's better to get this type of performance out of the way now than have it against Chelsea in that must-win semi-final Carabao Cup game. But it is still frustrating because for 70-plus minutes, we didn't even really play. And then with the last sort of 10 minutes, we then decided we wanted to put the pressure on Arsenal. So, yeah, we should have done better there. Over to St Mary's next then as we took on Southampton in the FA Cup. I know I said I might not play the game, but I saw it was away from home and just decided to avoid any potential defeat by actually playing, although that wasn't a guaranteed thing. We could have still lost the game. But after 18 minutes, we took the lead, and it was a nice team move in order to break through. The pass coming in here, and I managed to fire it back across the goalkeeper into the bottom corner to make it Manchester United 1, Southampton 0. But if you take a look at the actual way the goal went in, just before I hit the shot, my right foot did something really strange. I don't know what happened. It was like I just morphed for a second. But it was one-way traffic anyway in this game. We were 2 up just after half an hour. Munir on the score sheet, and actually, he could have had a hat-trick from this game. The chances that he'd had in this first half alone, he could have easily got himself 3 from the match. I mean, this one here, Dan James, left-hand side, header at the near post, did the hard part, got in front of his defender, and then didn't keep it down. And then just before we went into half-time, a left-footed shot, which was saved by Lewis, and he was getting very frustrated in the Southampton goal. Understandably so as well, because it was just every chance was going towards us. So he was so busy. Southampton's best chance of the match there was squandered, and we came away with a 2-0 win, advancing through to the next round of the FA Cup. But let's face it, we were expected to do that. But we came out of game to the news that Bologna has signed Mason Greenwood. So sadly, he is no longer a Manchester United player. We've seen the Chelsea side a few times before, but there it is again. And actually, Joshua King starts up front instead of Antoine Griezmann. So King preferred. We'll see if he can be the difference maker for them. They were the team having the couple of chances last time we faced them in the Carabao Cup. We didn't really do a lot, so that's got to change. Away at Stamford Bridge, this is our starting 11. De Gea, of course, in goal. Aaron Wan-Bissaka, Skriniar, Kehrer and Brandon Williams at the back, with Skriniar captain in the side. On the bench is Martial. We've got, of course, to come on for Dan James. That seems to be the change that Ole Gunnar Solskjaer is wanting to use quite a lot. But remember as well, Mason Greenwood, having left the club, he will no longer feature for this Manchester United side. I'm kind of disappointed about that as well, because I rate Mason Greenwood, but it means now Munir has to be the one to be putting the ball in the back of the net. I know he hasn't really got too much competition. I guess we could play Martial up there, but now it's time for Munir to show his quality. He's done it a few times this season. Asensio into the feet of Joshua King. Lovely back heel. Marco Asensio's in. And he's put his shot wide. It's been a better start from us. We are in the game this time. But Asensio goes closest out of the two sides here. It's not far away, but also it's equally not as close as I thought it was. I think David De Gea probably had it covered. But we're approaching half-time here. 5-6 minutes to play. Still 0-0. Andres Pereira finding the ball from Rabiot's pass. It was good control. Pereira now can feed it into that little bit of space that we've used well. We get the turn away as well. The shot's on! And like Asensio, we have decided to not find the target either. I did the hard part. I managed to get the opportunity and then couldn't keep the shot down. But we're approaching the half-time whistle here. It's literally a minute left of the game. And that is pretty much going to be the first half over and done with. Only a single chance, really, for both teams. But, yeah, I mean, it's going to take a moment of quality in the second half for somebody to win this game. And equally, I can see it easily going to penalties. So I want to try and avoid penalties if possible, though. I don't really like them, especially when it matters. You know, I can take penalties all day when I'm not under pressure and probably score. Having said that, I've missed quite a few. But in the shootout, it's just a totally different story as well. I always end up missing in the shootout normally. So want to try and avoid them if possible. Havertz is crossed. De Gea will get something on it, but not a lot. And the shot comes back in, which in the end had not worked for Chelsea. I'm not even sure if it was Joshua King who blocked the effort from the edge of the penalty area. But De Gea there came for the cross. Didn't get a lot behind it. Needs to do better in that scenario. Brandon Williams is down this left-hand side. We will find him. And Munir is the pass available. And now there might be an opportunity for us to try and create a chance then. With Emre Can through the centre. He's tried to feed it straight back. And in doing so, has lost it. Asensio finds Kovacic. The first changes of the game have now come through. Martial is on for us. And Zaha is on for Chelsea. So, yeah, a couple of changes from both sides here to try and make something happen in the game. Chelsea will get a corner with 18 minutes to go. Who will be the ones to head through to the Carabao Cup final? Asensio to deliver. Sends it into a good area. It's won. And then hooked away by Emre Can. Munir's got a difficult job here of trying to win this against Sanchez. It bounces through for Zaha. Takes it well. Pulisic. Asensio again. What a tackle that is on the edge of the penalty area from Kehrer. I thought for a second the ref might have given that as a free kick, but he won. He did win the ball. I just thought he maybe had taken out the man in the process, but no. Referee says it's a fine challenge. Martial gives the ball off. Now we can find Munir. The run through. Oh, Munir. Munir, if he'd have sent that, I was completely through. Oh, it was close, but it's not through. 10 to go. Rabiot, 1-2, will allow us to try and get inside Chelsea's penalty area. We've done it really well. The cutback is there, but Rabiot didn't read where it was going. Pulled it back to sort of the penalty spot, and someone had to arrive on that to hit the shot, and no one did. And now as Chelsea break away at the other end, 3 minutes left. Pulisic back to Firpo. He tries to find the cross early doors, which has been cleared away, but not fully just yet. Aaron Wan-Bissaka, time is ticking away, and I believe it goes straight to penalties as well, with it being the Carabao Cup. The quick 1-2 maybe gets in behind. Andres Pereira tries to return it, and Firpo is just too quick. I can't get there. Into added time we go. If I'm correct, it will be penalties to decide the finalists of the Carabao Cup. And remember, the other game was 1-1 between Liverpool and Arsenal, wasn't it? So I'm not sure who's got through there. Pulisic, we're over the time. Rabiot should win this and does. And that is going to do us then for the 90 minutes of football at Stamford Bridge. Absolutely nothing to separate the two sides going into the double leg. So it will be penalties, I believe, to finish this off. Chelsea up first. Zaha to take. And he's missed it. He's hit the post. Martial next. Oh, he scores. I thought that was heading to the post. Pulisic then, the second penalty kick taker. And he's missed it as well. Chelsea have missed both their opening penalties. Munir up against Kepa. He tries to chip it. It's saved. Now Asensio. Horrible penalties on show. Asensio, though, makes sure. And it will be us to take it next. Oh, I'm going to go left. I'm going to go left. My mind's made up. Please don't dive left. He has done. He saves it. I told you I missed him in the shootouts, man. Havertz goes right. Saved by De Gea. Pereira scores. It's Advantage United. Pereira hits the bar. What's going on? What is going on? Kovacic. Saved by De Gea. This is it. Rabiot scores. We're into a Carabao Cup final. I feel exactly like you, my friends. The supporters in the stand there. Rabiot. What is he doing? I mean, I know I missed. Java now for Chelsea. Scores. No. The horrible penalties today. Oh, it falls to Emre Can. It's sudden death as well. So if he misses, it's done. Emre Can. Oh, he skies it. Chelsea are through to the Carabao Cup final. Our hopes of silverware still are waiting. The FA Cup, the Premier League, the Europa League were still in, of course, this season. But we were a penalty kick away from advancing to the Carabao Cup final. I know I missed my penalty, right? But the one thing I say always about penalty kicks to anybody who's taking one is at least hit the target. Just hit the target. Emre Can hasn't done that. And sadly, the journey ends here as Chelsea can celebrate. I told you I'd miss one. You know what? The left-hand side is always my favourite side. I always go there. Normally 9 times out of 10. And at least I can say I said I was going to put it left. I put it there. If it's saved, it's saved. And in fairness as well, pretty much everybody, apart from 2 players, was it, in the normal 5, missed their penalties. So, yeah, it wasn't a good day for penalties there. But congratulations, Chelsea. I guess we can focus now then on the Premier League. And as we came out of game, we could see that Liverpool had beaten Arsenal by 2-0, which means it's a Chelsea versus Liverpool Carabao Cup final. So, going into our next game, we've got 2 final games for you to enjoy. Brighton up first, away at the Amex. And I did just say we now can get to focus on the Premier League. So the last thing I expected here was to slip up. And heading into game, I was thinking we'll get the job done at least. But Brighton had other ideas. Right-hand side, after 22 minutes, they were in front. They crossed it. I think Josh Maja arrived at the near post and with a class finish, converted the shot to give them the lead, and it cued pandemonium in celebrations inside the Amex, and it was a really top quality finish from their number 9. So we were 1-0 down, and at this point I was slightly worried because having been just knocked out of the Carabao Cup in the semi-finals, all I was thinking was just don't bottle it again, you know, like we did that with Atletico a few times. We definitely bottled the Champions League. And now straight after that, were we in store for a disappointing game? Well, the answer, my friends, is yes. Major credit the way of Brighton because they were thoroughly deserving of this win. Their 2 centre-backs, Ben White and Lewis Dunk, were sensational on the day. We could not break them down. And straight after getting knocked out of the Carabao Cup, we were then dropping points away at the Amex to Brighton. And that allowed Manchester City back top of the Premier League. So going into Bournemouth, simply put, we could not afford to slip up. We had to get the win on the board. And after 7 minutes, our intent was showing because a nice exchange of passes here. We laid it across. James, I'm not sure if he's trying to control that or if he actually meant to just play the left-footed pass straight to Munir, but he finished it off from close range, giving us an early lead to kind of calm any nerves, if you will, especially after that last game. We needed that. And we were full value in our first half performance here. And there's a couple of saves coming up from both goalkeepers, which they'll put into their highlight reels come the end of the season. Should have scored there. We were close to finding it. And this is where I mentioned one of those 2 saves. Unai Simon, how about this? Munir was literally a matter of yards out. And he somehow gets his left hand to that shot to deny us the 2nd goal in the game. So fair play to Bournemouth's number 1. And again, we go close here, hitting the crossbar from the edge of the penalty area as I tried to take the shot on. Half-time, though, Bournemouth 0, Manchester United 1. David De Gea will not want to see that again. I asked to play the pass, and he just didn't put anything on it. It's like he miskicked the ball. Allowed Thuram the shots, and thankfully, De Gea made it up for himself with a save there. But then he comes out for this corner and flaps at it. And for a moment in this game, I don't know what he was doing. It was like he'd lost his head a little bit. But Bournemouth, second half, started to put the pressure on. I knew we needed a 2nd goal because they went close 20 minutes from time. David De Gea, this is his highlight reel save there. Again, no right to save that. They're so close that that should have been an equalising goal. So we knew we needed the 2nd goal. Bournemouth piling on the pressure, sending men forward. We caught them on the counter, using our pace to our advantage. And 5 minutes to go, we did find the 2nd. Pretty much making sure that we'd get the win here. So a 2-0 win to bounce back from that 1-0 defeat to Brighton. And that, my friends, pretty much brings the episode to a close today. Premier League title is still very much on, but we now sit 4 points behind City, the same points as Liverpool. So we need to begin to put together that run of results that can take us back there, especially after that defeat to Brighton. We don't want to slip up. Confirmation, of course, of the Carabao Cup final, and I'll also show you before we go as well how we are currently performing in the Premier League for our player stats. But nevertheless, if you enjoyed today's episode, a like would be greatly appreciated. As always, thank you so much for your incredible support. There will be another episode out for you to enjoy tomorrow. Until then, adios.